Hi guys, so I'm back with another video. This time, as you can tell by the title, it's going to be my Cosmetology 101 top 10 tips, I guess you can call it. I want to tell you guys how I got into cosmetology school, how I started, my ideas on it, and some tips that I wish I would have known while I was in cosmetology school. So if you hear someone snoring, that's my son. He's literally right behind me. He's snoring. I don't understand. He's 3 years old and he snores, but yeah. If you hear him, he's literally behind this curtain in his crib. So what I did was I wrote my ideas down in this book. So if you see me looking down at my desk, I'm looking down at the book so I can just go off of something as a guide, I guess you can say. So Cosmetology 101. My story. I was always into makeup. I loved makeup. I started wearing makeup when I was in high school, a senior in high school, and if I can find some pictures, I will insert them right now. So yeah, that's how I used to look, and as you can tell, I was looking all types of hideous, like not doing my eyebrows, doing eyeshadow, like it was crazy. But whenever I would do my eyeshadow, I always had color. Like, color is my life. I need to have color in my life. You won't, if you catch me with a neutral look, it's because like I really wasn't feeling it that day. Like, if you catch me, I have on a poppin' ass lip, I have on bright eyes, as you can see. Oh, let me tell you what I'm wearing on my face. Okay, my lipstick is the liquid Stay Matte. No, it's the Stay Matte liquid lip color by Rimmel London in the color Blue Iris. This is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. I usually have the NYX liquid lipstick, these, but I can't find my blue one. I did get this one from BeautyCon, so I'm just wearing that right now. I have the blue one in the NYX and it's damn near the same color, so I just opted out and use this one until I find my NYX. This is awesome. I want to say it's the same like application. It goes on very smooth. It's like suede. It dries. It stays on all day, so if you for some reason don't want to spend money on NYX, you can go into the drugstore and pick this one up. As for my eyes, I use the Saharan palette. Let me get the palette. I used the Saharan palette, and all I did was use Sokoto. I used Sokoto, and I used Jamila. So I used Jamila and Sokoto in the crease, and then I cut my crease with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Porcelain, and then I put Milan on top, or Iman. Yeah, I put Iman, sorry. I put Iman on my lid, and then to give it that extra glitz and glam, I used the new Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Diamond Dust. I did pick this up recently. I want to say like last week at Sephora when I got my a new Lancome Tint Eyebrow Foundation in the shade 470 Suede Sea. You guys know. So this is the Diamond Dust. It is amazing. I'm not going to go into depth with this, but this is what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. Lashes are the Kiss Wispy Lashes. Okay, that's out the way. So I was always into makeup. I started when I was a senior in high school. Looked all types of crazy. So after that, I was like, I always used to go on YouTube, watch videos. Like, that's how I started. I would sit on YouTube for hours and watch all the beauty gurus that are lit today. They were lit back then. My watch later is freaking full to this day of, you know, videos to improve myself, videos on different looks, crazy looks, whatever, anything you can name it, it's in my watch later. That's what I used to do. So then I started off by going to drugstores, buying drugstore makeup, and then I love Sephora also. Sephora was expensive for me. I was working at the time at DSW, and like I had a few other jobs, Bank of New York, all of that stuff. So I was using the money that I was getting to sort of build my makeup collection, And that's how I started, in the drugstore. Then slowly I moved on to Sephora, and then I tried MAC one time. It broke me out. I don't really feel MAC. I just love their foundation. I forgot which one it is, but I love their foundations. I don't even have it right now. And I love their lipsticks. Like, I will buy all of their lipsticks. I probably have like 15 of their lipsticks. So that's the thing with makeup. So then with hair, I used to always do my hair. I used to hate sitting in the hair salon for hours, and then finally when you get in the chair, you're being switched out with somebody else so they can get started and they won't walk out the door, so that's good for the stylist. So I used to hate doing that. Again, watching videos on YouTube, so I started figuring out how to do weaves, how to do wigs, and how, well, I always knew how to braid. My mom taught me how to braid when I was younger, so I always knew how to braid. And then I started doing hairstyles like this. Like, if you guys want to know how to get this look, this is spider braids. You can look up spider braids here on YouTube and figure out how to do it. There's 2 videos that I watched. The first 2 videos that pop up is how I did this look. So this look took me about 6-7 hours for me to do. So I have not been in a hair salon in years for me to like actually sit and get my hair done. That's about it. Like, I just always did my hair, and then I started doing my mom's hair, I started doing my grandmother's hair. So I do have a degree in criminal justice forensic science. I did go to school and I finished. I was going to go to school for forensic science. My parents always wanted me to go to school to be a lawyer. I wasn't in it. I'm not the reading type of person. I'm not a research type of person. That wouldn't have worked out for me. So I got my degree in forensic science. If you guys want me to do a separate video on my journey with that, how I started, how I got into that, just let me know in the comments down below. I would definitely do a video on that. So I got my degree, and then I graduated in 2015. It took me forever. I had my son in the midst. I took a semester off, and then I still graduated. And then once I graduated, I was not in school anymore. I worked, and then I was like, you know what, I'm really feeling this makeup. Like, over the years, my makeup started to look like this, like look like something. Like, I am so proud of myself, how I taught myself how to do this, and it looks bomb ass amazing. So I started doing YouTube videos when I was pregnant with my son. I started doing YouTube videos about 3 years ago, and throughout the videos I started gaining more confidence and wanting to take this step into going to cosmetology school. So I started doing my research, and I found 3 schools: Aveda, Empire, and Paul Mitchell. I called Aveda. Aveda wasn't available to answer my phone calls at the time, so I wasn't able to set up a tour. I did set up a tour with Empire, and I did set up a tour with Paul Mitchell. I went to Empire first on 34th Street, New York, New York, and when I went in there, I just did not feel it. Like, as soon as I got out of the staircase, you have to walk upstairs, the elevator took forever to come there, and I was like, babe, I'm not feeling this. Like, I don't know, like, as soon as I stepped foot, I was not feeling it. Then the lady that I had the tour with, she was more interested in my life and why I should come to the school versus her trying to pitch the school to me. So that definitely turned me off. And then when I went to get a tour of the school after she was so interested in my life, I was not feeling it. Like, it was ghetto. I didn't see any instructors walking around or shadowing the students, and it was a very quick tour. It's a small school. Like I said, it was very ghetto, like very ghetto. And I thought it would have been a good fit because I was working at Sephora on 34th Street. So I could have just walked, like, what, not even a block, and would have been at school, and it would have been perfect. So I was like, yeah, Empire, Empire, Empire. But like, I was not feeling it. They had a counter with like everybody's bags thrown. I guess they didn't have lockers or whatever, but everybody's bags was thrown. It was like all types of sloppy, so unorganized. So I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not coming. I'm not spending my money here. I want to say 2 or 3 days later, I had the tour with Paul Mitchell. I'm not here to talk bad about my school, but it wasn't what I thought it would have been. There were things that were told to me that I wasn't taught, that I thought I was going to be taught. That's why I wanted to get a cosmetology license, and it wasn't given to me in the magnitude that I thought it was going to be in, or at least what I was told it was going to be. So basically, the school that I went to was Paul Mitchell, as you can tell by the thumbnail of this video. I did go to Paul Mitchell, and as far as graduating and leading up to my graduation, I will do a separate video on that. This is just my tips on while you're in cosmetology school. So let's get into that. So number one is, don't be afraid to switch out the items that are given to you in your kit. At my school, Paul Mitchell, I can't speak for any others because I really didn't get in depth with any others, but at my school you are more than welcome to switch out or add on different appliances, I guess you can call it, in your kit. When you get your kit, make sure that you register your kit. The teachers there, they definitely do tell you to register your kit. Make sure you go on that website and register. There's a certain amount of time from while you're in school to after you graduate where you can send in your anything that's broken in your kit, and they'll either try and fix it or switch it out. As far as the kit goes itself, I honestly don't think that it was worth the amount of money that they said that it cost. That's just me and a couple other people. Your kit will, I mean, my kit started to break on me. I'm just saying. My kit started to break on me as far as the actual box. None of the products inside of my box, curling irons, blow dryers, all of that, none of that stuff broke because I took care of myself. I'm like a very, neat type of person. Make sure that your cords go back together, all types of correct. While I was there at the school, of course, you have to bring your kit back and forth. My wheels didn't spin anymore after a while because there was so much hair in it, and you can't switch out the wheels. So I started to, I guess, drag my kit, like roll it but drag it, and the wheel is like cut off, so like it doesn't spin. So I'm basically dragging it. So I did have to switch out and get another box, if that makes sense. Number two is make sure that you practice on all types of hair. Now, when I signed up, I was under the impression that, hey, I wasn't thinking, hey, I'm gonna learn all types of hair. They do give you a curriculum on curly, coarse, you know, all different types of hair. But really what counts is who walks through the door once you're on the floor. The area that my school was located in, it was a predominantly white neighborhood, so white people are the only ones that were walking through the door. Unless I called somebody that I knew in my family or a friend or whatever and had them come in so I could practice on the hair, or if you didn't have experience prior to you going to school like how I did, then you're really not going to learn that certain type of hair. So me, I feel like white, Caucasian hair, whatever, Hispanic hair, it's all easy to me. You don't have to do much to it to make it look a certain way. That's how I feel. With black people hair, you have to do a little bit more to it. And there were Caucasian people, there were Spanish people that got black people, the random ones that came in through the door, and they didn't know what to do. So they would call us to come over and either teach or take over. So that's how that went. So make sure that you are learning all different types of hair. Number three is do not get lazy. It is very easy to get lazy and fall into what you see versus what you are being told by the teachers. So what I mean by that is when you are finally on the floor, prior to that, let's go into class for the six weeks that you're in class. Pay attention. What you're being taught in class, I highly understand that those days feel like they're going to be so long and dreadful. You're in a classroom from freaking 9 to 4:30 and you're just learning textbook work. Just pay attention. Everything that's being taught to you, it will take you a long way. Even though when you get out of cosmetology school and you finally go into a salon, half of that stuff is going to be thrown out the window, but just pay attention. Once you're finally on the floor, don't fall into the hype of, oh, I'll finish my box sheet, I'll do it later. No, When you get on that floor, stay focused. Even like for me, if I listen to music, put my headphones in, and I'm in the groove, like, and I'm doing my mannequin, I can knock those boxes out real quick. Like, don't look at anyone else. If somebody's sitting down on their phone talking, they're in a group, like, don't worry about them. It's gonna take you so much far when you are the one that is actually doing your work, because the teachers are gonna look at you and they're gonna come to you and they're gonna give you ideas, and they're gonna say, oh, there's a fashion show at such and such place, are you interested? They're not gonna go to the ones that's sitting down. So always remember that. Do not get lazy. Finish your box sheet. Do not get on the TSS list. Never ever do that. Number 4, don't turn down clients, but then again, turn down clients. What do I mean by that? Turn down clients that you feel like you're not going to specialize in that service. What do I mean by that? When I was in cosmetology school, learning the Paul Mitchell color line was sort of complicated for me. So the only thing that I would take was a root touch-up. Root touch-up is literally the roots and like that much. Not even that much, maybe about that much. I would only take root touch-ups. I wouldn't do balayage. I wouldn't do highlights. I was not feeling it. So they kind of knew not to give that to me. And also, like, if someone came in to get a perm, now there's a difference between perm and relaxers. In the hood, a relaxer is when you make your hair straight. A relaxer is when you just want to soften the curl pattern. So there's a difference. A perm is when somebody has straight hair and they want to curl it, so you roll it up in rollers, and then you put a perm solution on it and it makes their hair curly. So there's a difference. I did have to learn that. So I turned down perms. I got a perm I think my last 2 weeks, and I was like, oh, hell to the no, like, I'm not taking that. So that's what I mean. But then also at the same time, don't turn down clients if you aren't confident enough to do the service. So if it's something that you're not comfortable in, but it's something that's simple, like an updo, you could do that. Like, you may need your teacher by your side or somebody that's good at doing updos or curls or whatever it is. You can do that. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm contradicting myself, but me, I turned down those type of clients because I knew that I wasn't going to specialize in that, and I knew that that wasn't the route that I wanted to go in once I get out of school. So that's just what I did. Number 5, do your research. Prior to me going into cosmetology school, I was on YouTube looking up different videos on, you know, how is cosmetology school, what should I look out for, what should I do before I get in, how much is it going to cost, what are the ins and outs, stuff like that. So I did watch a video from Monzabella, I'm going to put the name right here. I did watch her video. It's pretty long, like 40 minutes, but she definitely does cover pretty much everything. And then I also, what I did not do was go on Yelp and like look at the reviews. If you go on the reviews and look at the reviews from my school, they weren't the greatest, so I kind of would have been skeptical at that point, but I didn't learn about that or think about that once I got before the school. But once I got into the school and people started telling me about it, that's when I was like, damn, like maybe this wasn't a really good decision. But who's to say that those people could have been lying? I don't know, whatever. So make sure that you always do your research. And I remember, I will not forget my mom, when I told my mom that I was going to the tour at Paul Mitchell, she was like, make sure that you call the Better Business Bureau. She went hard. She was like, make sure you call the Better Business Bureau and make sure that the school is legible. I'm like, Ma, like Paul Mitchell is like the Harvard of cosmetology schools. Like, they're at the top. So I was like, forget that. But make sure that you do your research and don't knock anything. Listen to everything that's being told to you, whether it's good or bad, and then make your decision based off of that. Number 6 is don't fall into the drama. When I tell you don't fall into the drama, when you go to cosmetology school, majority is going to be females. Maybe you'll have 5 males, not even, but majority of it is going to be females. Females carry drama. I don't like drama. I was cool with everyone, people will come to me and tell me they shit, but don't fall into it. Like, people can come to you and tell you shit, but you don't have to act upon it. So that's what I mean by don't fall into the drama. Stay to yourself when it comes to stuff like that, and that will get you further in your cosmetology school and in life itself. Number 7 is to not be late, be on time. You're in school to maintain a certain amount of hours. Each state is different for the hours that you have to complete so you can get your cosmetology license. When you are late and you go into overtime, that's another subject. You go into overtime, you have to pay a certain amount of money. At my school, it was $17 an hour, which is a bit much because at other Paul Mitchell schools, it's lower than that. I don't know why mine was different. Also look into that too, the prices and how each location is different. I don't know how that works, but you have to pay that overtime money before you graduate, before you get your certificate. Like I said, that's another problem. That was a whole nother issue for me. So make sure that you are on time and you clock in and you go to the financial aid lady and you make sure that your hours are being counted for every single time that you even think about it. Just always stay on top of it. They have to give you that information because it's yours. Number 8, ask questions. Don't think that a question that you ask is going to be a stupid one or a dumb one. When you're in cosmetology school, you're there to learn. So any question that you have, it shouldn't be a silly one. You shouldn't second guess it. Just always ask questions and don't think that you're a know-it-all. Like someone like me. Okay, I was doing hair before I got into school. Don't go into the school thinking that I already know this, I don't have to do this. No, you signed up for a reason. I understand that you want to finish and get your license and like get out of the door that quick, like 8 months is gonna fly. But don't think that you're a know-it-all. Number 9, make sure that you talk to salon owners and or managers or people that work in salons. At my school, we did have a couple of days where salon owners and managers came into our school representing their salon, and you know, you're able to talk to them, you're able to give them your resume, or if you're not close to graduating, you can give them your graduation date and they will more than likely contact you, because a lot of salons, they want people that are fresh out of cosmetology school. It's just better for them because you're fresh and they can teach you the ins and outs of how their businesses run. And then also when you get out into the field, the line that you learn at your school, it may not be the line that that salon has. So that's another thing, you have to learn their whole color system and all of that all over again. And when you get out of school or while you're in school, you can be an apprentice, or I hate that word, apprentice, or you can be an assistant, depending on whatever that pertains in that specific salon. So while you're in school, it's always good to talk to salon owners just so that you can familiarize yourself with them and they know you once you're closer to getting out of school or out of school and you pass your test and you actually have your license, that you can go to them and say, hey, remember me from, you know, Paul Mitchell, you know, we talked, I wasn't close to graduating, but now I have my license, when can I get started? Something like that. Last but not least, number 10 is make sure that while you're in school, well, at least at my school, Paul Mitchell, you give out your business cards. Now, I have business cards. I made them maybe 2-3 years ago, and I went on Vistaprint. I got 500 cards. It was basic. It was plain and simple. And hand out those cards to the clients that you get while you're at school. At my school, they did encourage us to, you know, do hair outside of school as long as it wasn't a chemical service, because if anything happens, then, you know, you're liable, somebody can sue you. But it's okay for you to do hair outside of school. And if you want to maybe start your business out of your kitchen or your basement, I mean, I don't see why you can't do that, especially if you already know how to do hair like I did. Yeah, my school definitely encouraged me to, you know, if you want, find a job. If you want, while you're in school, you are basically building your clientele while you're in school. If these people that like you while you're in school like you that much and they want to stay with you, then they will follow you after you get out of school. So always, you know, if you have some time, money, it doesn't cost much. If it's to print, they always have sales, and I got 500 cards, and I also got a stamp. You can, you know, make your own cards on that website and just hand them out. You can even hand them out to people, you know, that compliment you. Oh, hi Koi, I like your makeup, or I like your hair. Oh, here's my card, I do makeup and I do hair. So that's how you can basically, you know, put yourself out there while you're in school. Just don't wait to start. Just do it as soon as you can. Like my friend Demario, hey boo, he is like the networking king. When I tell you, we'll go out to a party and he's networking, I'm like, yo, we here to chill, we here to relax. Like, but it's whatever. When he networks, I love him so much. He includes me, he includes Amira, like he includes anybody that's with him in his circle. He knows how to network, and I gotta give it to him because I'm not a networking person, and he basically does it for me, but like does it intentionally. So if you could get somebody in your circle like that, or somebody that could, you know, big you up if you don't have that much confidence, definitely get that person and keep them close to you. I'm not saying that I have him close to me because of that. We just, as soon as I met him, we just clicked, and I knew that it was going to take off from there. So I definitely love him for that. If you want to grow your clientele and grow it very quickly, you should definitely start while you're in school. So that is my Cosmetology 101 top 10 tips. So if you guys like these type of videos, please let me know. If you want me to do a video on any other thing, let me know in the comment box down below. I'm open to all of you guys' comments, and I write back to all of you guys. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.